Okay, got an old cruiser here, Huffy 26. Gonna electrify it. E-bike. Clean up first. Just got the kit. See how it goes, but should work out. Fairly sturdy bike. Just got the kit. Little unboxing. That's a controller bag or whatever. A 26-inch, 1200 watt, 48 volt. The fun begin. Looks like it's made the trip, hopefully. No damage. See, this broke off here, but pretty well packed. Pretty nice. So, something to do for the winter. Stay tuned. Part one of the wheel. Thing's heavy. I put the tire and tube on. Definitely heavy duty. So it'll be fun. Wow, banging it out. Got problems. The dog's going crazy. Of course, that's not lined up. Let's move that over. Yeah, feed the tube in there. Tire on first. Feed the tube in. Uh-oh. The valve stem. We'll pop it back in. So I'll put the cap on the valve stem. Work this sucker around. I got this guy over here. What happened? Jackie helping me or what? Don't want to use a spanner, but the last. The last piece. See if I can work it in by hand. There we go. No spanner required. Yeah, just gotta get the pump, fill it up, see what I got. Make sure I didn't twist anything inside with the tube. It looks good. Okay, moving right along. I put the wheel together. Haven't put it on yet, but so I'm waiting. A couple other things I got to do, and the pedal assist. Once I get the pedal assist squared away, because it's a big shaft there on that one. You have to cut the thing down a little. See if I get on those threads there. But the controller's in. The brakes are on. Throttle's on. It's all in one unit and one cable, which is definitely a lot easier. I guess I've come a long way with just separate cables. So that's one cable, double it back. The controller, and then this one goes to the speedometer. Haven't got the brakes on yet because I still got to play around with that. But I took the back wheel off, cleaned that up, put a new tire on too. New mechanical brakes, I didn't change those. Just waiting on some other pads, extended pads for the front wheel. And then I'll adjust that brake and then put the wheel on with the brackets. And hopefully it'll be good to go. Haven't got the battery yet, but I was going to go mounting on the back part of the bike right there. So that's what's been happening. Yeah, I ran into a little slowness of the operation here. I took the forks off. I got the controller on there. New brakes in the back. New tire. Hand brakes are on. Throttle's on. Put a new shifter on. So what happened was I was looking at, this is 10 millimeter, this axle. It's a little bigger than I guess the 3/8 axle. So I had a little problem getting it on. Like they said, fits most bikes, but what happened was I started looking at this fork and I said to myself, I'm going to get a new fork because the size of it tapers down into very small. Up top it's thicker, and then with that 1200 watt motor on there, and I had to file it down, so I took some more meat off the spindle itself, the fork, fingers. So I put the tire on there. I just didn't like the way it looked. It just looked weak. So got to take the brakes off, but I ordered a new 26-inch fork from a BMX. So I'm trouble with the trying to find the right size. That's like 6 1/4 for the shaft that goes up with the threads, and the one I got is 7 and 7.8 with 100 millimeter worth of thread. So hopefully it'll go on to the handlebars, or I'll be messing around with the shaft on the bars. But at least when I file that one down and I put the assist on there, you know, and it's got the new BMX fork on there, it should be a lot stronger. So just ordered that, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm still at it. I just noticed something when I put the JB weld on the old pedal thing shaft, because this bike you can't, you have to take the whole thing apart. So I got a tool when I cut out some of the spokes in there, like some of the YouTube guys said, and I pushed it on there and I put the JB weld on it. But after I turned the bicycle upside down, which I should have done when I put this thing on, I spun it around and I got a little warpy thing. You know, it's not really flat against the wall. I put these 2 spaces on it and then wire tied it on. So we'll see if it works. If it works, just leave it. If it doesn't, I'll have to get another magnet there. Make sure the bike's upside down. I got this big piece of cardboard, so if I'm playing with it out here, I can do that. Well, I put the battery bracket on. I went and picked up some stainless steel screws. I threw it on the basket. I made this little cover for the contacts, so when I take the battery off, any moisture gets in there. But it's all wired in, ready to go. Pedal assist is wired in. Handlebars, except for the LED. That's got to go in, but still waiting on the 26-inch fork for the BMX. Because like I said before, this is just, I'm not sure if these spikes are old and if it's rusting out from the inside. I want something that's sturdy for a 12-watt wheel. So the BMX fork is fat all the way down, and then with the brackets on there, it should be okay. So it was moving along fast, but slowed down. At least I got the battery. That's all hooked up. New tires on both sides, and then I had to screw up with the power wheel. I realized that there's a rotation factor on the, there's an arrow on the rotation of the tire tread, so I had to take the tire back off and put it on, so it'll get there. Hopefully in a couple of days I'll get the wheel and then, the fork, and then good to go. Hopefully everything matches up here when I have to play around with the handlebars, but we'll see. Take care. Okay, got the fork. And did a little sand job. Well, not sand, file each side. Did like 20 strokes on either side. And it slid right into the hub. I had to do a cut job on the top. This one came about 1.25 inches too long. So I used the spacer as a guide when I cut it. Did a crew job with a hacksaw, but it worked. Put some tape over here to put the blade along that and use that as a guide, so it came out pretty good. It comes off the threads. That's the main thing. I didn't mess up the threads. Moving right along. I'll get the hub wheel here. And it'll be good to go. I got the fork. You can see how it slid right in. No problem. Just gotta put the brakes on. Assemble the steering bearings. But this is the toughest part with the other fork. Ended up scratching the hub trying to get the thing, and then I would have to spread the thing, which was kind of tight for this wheel. So this BMX fork would definitely do the trick. So let's see how that works. Well, I got this fork on the hub. Ready to go. Just gonna trim off the extra hose clamp on there. Got the brakes on. Hopefully that'll go a little fast on the fork installation. Got some more grease to grease that up. I was going to replace that rusty, but let's just get on the road. So, to be continued, I think I'll do that now. Get the fork going. Grease up the bearings. Oh, I got to get something to cut that band on there. Hose clamp band, but that'll go quick. Okay, got the wheel on. Just checking to see if it was wobbling. Had a major screw up. Heads up for anybody that puts one of these on. I forgot that this is open on that side for the cable to bend around, so I had it the opposite way. So I had to take the wheel off. But you can see that it's so good to go on that. Just got to route the cable. But this is the pedal assist I was talking about. I put this on when the bike was on the ground. You can see how it's wobbling a little because it's not seated all the way in there. So JB Weld, take it off, put another one on if it doesn't work. But it's definitely on there good, but it's got that wobble. If I did this upside down like I got it now, I wouldn't have had this problem. I would have tapped it in there if it was flush. So just checking out the wheel. So boy, I tell you one thing, to turn this thing upside down with a heavy wheel on it, whoa. So to be continued. Okay, finished product. Just set up the LED speed control SA30. Hubs on. New forks, new brakes. An old Huffy. Like I said, I had a little problem. Put the thing on backwards where it's aiming down, so just release everything up. Everything's fine now. Took it for a ride yesterday, no problem. Definitely goes like the wind. Put the battery on now. A little problem with that. I had to remount it, but looking good. Just gonna take it for another ride. Pedal assist is working, so whatever I thought about the wobbliness, not a problem. So it's got one extra lead here. I think that's for. There's a 3-lead thing here where you get the brakes and LED all in one. So. That one's not needed. But looking good. So far, so good. Thanks to all the YouTubers. Bikeling. Definitely helped me out with the videos. So I'm good to go. Okay, finished product. Thanks to the help from ebikeling there. YouTube's. I have a little problem. I had it on 9 for the pedal assist, and start pedaling and it takes off like a rocket. So I got it on 3 now, but it was just setting this thing up. Thank God for the YouTube's, the LED, that is 830. So all is good. Yeah, it really goes. No problem. To 15 and 16 right away. A little hard with a cell phone, but like a GoPro or something like that. Find a quiet spot. A lot of wind today. Like it's a done deal. Thanks to all the YouTube guys to be able to put this together. Take care.